everyone, this is Cheryl and welcome to my sewing room. I'm going to demonstrate how to make this really easy jelly roll springtime placemat. It's very simple. All you need to know how to do is a straight stitch and you're good to go. So let's get started. All you need is one jelly roll pack. You can buy these at Joann Fabrics and Crafts. Quilt fabric stores also sell them, and you can go on the internet and buy them also. There are places like equilter.com, fabric.com, MissouriStarQuiltCompany.com, Fat Quarter Shop, etc. They're all over the place. And of course, Amazon.com. If you are unable to find a jelly roll pack, you can always cut out your own 2.5-inch wide strips. If you need instructions on how to do that, then click on the link in the upper right-hand corner. You'll also need cotton batting and fabric for the back. You'll need to cut them approximately 14.5 by 18.5. I've selected 4 different jelly roll strips. So the first thing you want to do is stack them all and cut your selvage ends off. So I've got my jelly roll strips lined up on a line going this way. That way you know everything's going to be straight, and go ahead and cut. Now I'm going to cut my strips a little bit longer than I need, and then I'll trim my placemat to the size that I want. So I'm going to go down here and just cut the folded edges off. Place them in the order you want to stitch them together in. Then take your first 2, bring front sides together, line up your edges, and I would pin them, and then stitch 1/4 inch seam all the way across. After stitching, press your seam on the back side all the way across. Then unfold and press the seam on top. And you want to push that seam all in one direction. So what I usually do is I just push against the seam gently, and that forces that seam to go all in one direction. So as you can see on the back, my seam is going all in one direction. After that, take your next strip and bring it front side down, line up your edges, stitch 1/4 inch seam all the way across, and then press on the back side, unfold it, press on top, and again push against that seam so it's all going in one direction. Continue adding on your strips until they're all stitched together, and make sure you press as you go along. Place your cotton batting down first. Then place the fabric for the back on top of that with the front side of the fabric facing up. Take your placemat strips and place it front side down. Now I like to get an exact cut of everything so it fits all together really nice. So I'm going to cut around my jelly roll strips to get an exact fit. And then cut the first side. And now I'm going to go over to the other side here and cut it even with it and trim. Cut the width of the placemat 18.5 inches. So pull this end past the first line on your cutting mat so that you can cut this straight. Make sure your placemat edge is on one of the lines going this way. And place your ruler on that first line on your cutting mat and cut this edge straight. Now move your ruler over to the 18.5 inch line right here. Take your time lining it up. And then cut. Pin all the layers together and place your pins around the edges. Leave an opening here that's big enough so that you can turn the placemat front side out later. So start stitching here and back stitch. Stitch that 1/4 inch seam all the way around, and when you get here, back stitch again. At each corner, trim some of the fabric off, because if you don't do this and you turn it front side out, your corners are going to be real bulky and very chunky looking. So to relieve some of the bulk, you need to trim it off. Now be careful not to cut through your stitches. So I'm going to cut down to where maybe it's about 1/8 of an inch. I first cut across this way. I'm going to cut a little bit off on the sides, because that'll also help. A little bit off over here. So again, do this at all 4 corners. Reach in between the jelly roll strip side and the fabric for the back and begin turning the placemat front side out. Reach inside and poke your corners out. At the opening, fold your edges in 1/4 inch. Place pins to hold. For this next step, I like to place pins around all of the edges so that the fabric stays in place while I'm stitching. So here was your opening. Start in the corner and stitch close to the edge all the way around all 4 sides. The last step is to do quilting stitches. The quilting stitches are important because it helps to hold all the layers all together throughout the placemat. So to do your quilting stitches, first scatter straight pins over the top so your fabric does not shift during stitching. And then do something called stitch in the ditch, and the ditch is the seam. So stitch right down in that seam all the way across and go over to all of the seams and do it. If you would like to know what other quilting stitch patterns you can do, then click on the link in the upper right hand corner. Here it is on the back side, and then here it is on the front. For more placemat projects, play this video until a green screen appears, and then click on the links. Waiting for Maria to stop scratching.
Sorry, I'm waiting for like action or something.
Come on, Cheryl. I'll be a catering if anybody needs
This video, click on thumbs up, and don't click dip.
Oh, Cheryl.
You need a script to read off of.
Yeah, or something. Come on, let's go.
This video, click on thumbs up. Maria, your pillow's wrong. Just turn your hands to the other side. There you go.
This whole time.
If you like this video, click on thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click on that red subscribe button down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Click on the little bell and enter your email address so you receive future emails about my latest video. If you're not receiving those emails, go to your cell phone or iPad, click on settings, and turn notifications in the on position. This is Maria, this is Manny, this is Jamie, and I'm Cheryl. So glad you came to my sewing room. See you next time, and happy sewing!